Hello, this is Tom Still from the Wisconsin Technology Council. Thank you for joining us for today's edition of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by the Tech Council in partnership with WisBusiness.com and with the help of our sponsors, the Wisconsin Economic Development Corp and Exact Sciences. Hi, Tom Still from the Tech Council back with you. Well, we recently wrapped up our Wisconsin Entrepreneurs Conference that was held in Madison. That's where the governor's business plan contest culminated. We had 13 companies pitching in our Diligent Baker's Dozen. Phoenix Aid of Oshkosh won the grand prize. Sea Change Silicides of Whitewater won our Bright New Idea Award. Thanks to Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation and all of our contest sponsors. And thanks to Governor Tony Evers for his introductory video. Our keynotes were Kevin Conroy of Exact Sciences, author and entrepreneur Scott Becker, and we held a plenary panel on downstream effects of the proposed cuts in the National Institutes for Health. Something new this year, we had a standing room only audience for our open mic 2-minute pitches. We had 27 founders take the stage on that. So hats off to all of our conference sponsors, staff, and volunteers. Other recent events. May 8th, we talked a little bit about American manufacturing and can it be on the rise again? And it, of course, breached the topic of tariffs. May 19th, we took a number of Wisconsin legislators and staff, both parties, on a tour of Shine Technologies facility in Janesville to learn more about fusion and its applications in healthcare as well as energy. Thanks to the team at Shine for putting that together for us. And May 20th, we talked about filling Wisconsin's expected energy gap. We had experts talk about all kinds of ways to keep the lights on, from solar to nuclear and from wind to natural gas. Coming up really soon, the role of entrepreneurship will be at the Whitewater University Innovation Center, 1221 Innovation Drive on the Whitewater campus to talk about entrepreneurship. July 22nd, golf outing at the Oaks in Cottage Grove. We're looking forward to that. We'll have a luncheon on the 29th. We'll find a topic very soon for that. We want to make sure it's very fresh. Our Wisconsin Women reception is at Findorf Construction in Madison on September 18th. This year, November 4th, we'll host the Wisconsin Innovation Awards at the Monona Terrace in Madison. And for the following days after that, our early stage symposium will be held at Monona Terrace. I write a weekly column on news and developments that touch on our tech-based economy. It's in newsrooms and newspapers and various online platforms in Wisconsin and beyond. Recently, I've written about foreign direct investment, trends in healthcare, advice for entrepreneurs, and energy. And if you want to see what kind of topics I've been covering this year so far and in past years, visit our website. Our guest today, Kalpa Vithalani of Marquette University. Hello again, this is Tom Still from the Tech Council. I'm here today with Kalpa Vithalani. Kalpa is the Executive Director of Technology Transfer at Marquette University in Milwaukee. She's done a lot of work in the research world herself over time, and she's also a member of our Board of Directors of the Tech Council. So welcome, Kalpa.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Oh, so pleased to have you. Well, a lot of people who are our viewers may know instinctively what tech transfer means, but why don't you describe that term for those who may not?
To take what is being developed inside the university and transform that discovery into a meaningful, impactful product or service that benefits the public. That, in a nutshell, is technology transfer, transferring these incredible technologies out of the academic realm into the real world, doing good.
Yeah, and that's well said. And you know, a lot of people don't realize that so many good things do come out of that kind of research, and then they are transferred into the real world, as you say. And at Marquette, you know, the scope of your research in so many areas is really interesting. I mean, it goes from energy to water to health to even trauma. Could you talk a little bit about some of the companies that have come out of Marquette over time?
Let's start with Marquette Energy Analytics.
Yep.
So that was spun out of Marquette University in 2018. It began internally at Marquette as the Gas Day Labs when We Energies came to Marquette and Professor Ron Brown and said, please help us reliably predict how much natural gas our consumers are going to need. And born out of that, over the years, since the early 90s, over 300 students were trained. Many publications had millions of dollars in revenues generated for the university before it was spun out. But today, as a company that is located right here in Milwaukee in the Third Ward, Marquette Energy Analytics is today predicting 25% of the nation's, not just Wisconsin, but the nation's natural gas consumption. So that's an example in the energy space.
Yeah. And other companies that I can think of, because some of them have come in, not many of them have come through our governor's business plan contest, and which thanks to you again for being a judge in that. But Rapid Radicals is in the water world. Battle Pier is really kind of deals with folks who might have some kind of trauma that they're getting through, especially military veterans. Tick Helper, venous rehabilitation, and estrogenics. I mean, that's quite a range.
It is. Talk about going from health to water to helping folks online. As you mentioned, Rapid Radicals, they're revolutionizing the wastewater treatment industry, taking down the time it takes from 8 hours to 30 minutes to treat both municipal and industrial wastewater. Venous rehabilitation technologies, developing Cupid, which is a stroke rehab device, but can be used for other neurological disorders and to help patients and therapists. In terms of estrogenics, they're developing estrogen-based compounds to help women who are in menopause. As far as online self-help or mentor to mentee platforms, Tick Helper is helping families with children who have tic disorders. It's an online self-help platform. In terms of veterans, and it's an incredible honor to be involved in a company and with researchers and veterans who founded this company based on Dry Hooch, which has coffee shops here in the Milwaukee area to help mentor, to help veterans gather, to get the support they need. They figured, well, hey, how do we bring this to more veterans? And so today, Battle Pier has an app that is available on both Apple and Android platforms where veterans mentor other veterans. So incredibly excited that Marquette is an integral part of Great Lakes Renew. This is being administered and managed by Current in Chicago, and it is one of only 10 NSF regional innovation engines that were funded through the CHIPS and Science Act originally. And it could lead to up to $160 million in funding over the next 10 years for our region. Part of this integral effort is also one of our startup companies, Rapid Radicals Technologies, and some of the companies like Century Equipment that are part of the WEP IUCRC Center.
Absolutely. And like you say, NSF, National Science Foundation, is a big part of this as well, and other funding sources. And I think it really speaks to Marquette's, again, that broad spectrum of research that you can do there, that you have attracted this kind of support over time. So, well, thank you again, Kalpa Vithalani, for joining us today on WisBusiness.com, the show. Thanks again to our sponsors, the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation and Exact Sciences. We'll see you next time.